Let's have some fun real quick, man. This pallet won't fit and neither will these doors, but if I do a little karate with the pallet forks, I think I can get them to fit. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. Today we're just gonna be getting stuff done. I've got a lot of chores to get done here on the farm, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me. We're gonna go check on the chickens. I've got a problem with some feed that you guys are gonna see a little bit later. Got some, well, I'll show you all that, I guess. The cows are up here behind the house. We're gonna be moving the cows. We just got a lot of farm stuff to do. But the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm back here at the back of my Toyota FJ Cruiser, and I went to the Equip Expo recently, and Bobcat gave me this cool plug. What do y'all think? That's my FJ Cruiser. Guys, these are kind of Toyota's best kept secret. They're really desirable, they're really reliable, and they're kind of ugly. And you know, I'm of the opinion that every vehicle out on the road looks pretty stinking plain nowadays. So I like these ugly little square little 5-door or yeah, 4-door clamshell door machines. This thing's pretty cool. I just like it. Oh, looks like we got a new, I forgot I got a new something other for doing a little dove hunting. Cool, let's go take care of the chickens real quick. We gotta take some water over there to them. We're gonna load up some feed and I'll show you guys the problem I'm having with my feed. It's not good. This truck also has clamshell doors. That has clamshell doors. That has clamshell doors, and that one does. And my other truck does. I like them. Don't worry about that junk car over there. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a dumpster. My farm requires me to have a dumpster. I fill this thing up and it's pretty reasonable. For what I pay for trash service, like residential trash service, this is actually almost the same cost. It costs me 60, 65 bucks a month. If y'all are curious about getting a waste management dumpster like this, I will post an email down there. My contact at Waste Management told me that anybody I send to them, they will save them money. So that's cool. I think it was $62 a month. I think it just got bumped up to about 75 bucks a month, but it gets dumped once a month. And I hate to say this, but if I've got cardboard boxes and stuff like that, I just don't have a way of recycling them. I don't have a recycle center up here that's close to me here in the country. And even these pallets right here, I'd love to use them, but when you're using pallets out in the middle of a pasture, let's just say I set my hay bales on this pallet, all these nails are eventually, I mean, you can see, they're just not made of anything. All these nails right here will eventually find themselves into my pasture and into a tractor tire or a truck tire. So I don't do that. And I got a lot of people that say, wow, you should just stack pallets and do this and use pallets for this and pallets for that. I'll show you the kind of pallet that I do use. Let's just walk over here before we pull the four-wheeler up. Here's what I do use, and if you get a line on some of these pallets, get them, and you can use them for all sorts of stuff. This is an industrial type plastic pallet, and I use the snot out of these. I can stack hay bales on these. They will never go away. They'll never rot. So if you run across some, get them, snag them up. You got somebody, I had a buddy of mine that recently gave me a bunch of those, and I'm really happy about it. Let's open this garage door. Oh. And let's show you what else is going on here. So on the back of the Honda side-by-side right now, and we're probably going to take this over. In fact, we're going to go ahead and back this out. This is my pasture mix for fall right here. It's a cool season pasture mix. If you haven't seen any of those videos, there'll be a link posted at the end of this video. Stay tuned. You will see it. Let me back this machine out real quick and I'll show you guys the problem that I'm having right now with my chicken feed. Oh, daddy, almost forgot that. All right. Oh, actually, this knife, every vehicle keeps a knife. This knife stays on this vehicle. Clear prop. all about the Honda. This is a Honda Foreman 500. Actually, that's a Honda Foreman 500. This is a Honda Pioneer 1006. It's a 6-seater Honda Pioneer. Love, love, love my Hondas. So here's what's going on with my feed. This is feed, that is feed, and that is feed. We've got wheat, barley, soybeans, and corn. And all this is non-GMO, locally grown stuff that I was going to grind up and feed to my chickens. Well, we've got a bit of a problem here, aside from a piece of that tripod right there. I'll toss that over there. I've got bugs in my corn. You can see right here, that is powder from the corn, okay? From the bugs that are in my corn. There's a little bit of powder right here too. So bugs have infiltrated my corn bags, and I gotta try and get the ones out of here that have been bitten by bugs. And I'm feeding my chickens whole corn, and they'll eat it. So we're gonna load up some bags of corn on the ATV here, front rack and back rack, before we take it over there and feed it to the chickens. Note to self, this stuff won't keep. It just won't keep in your shop or your shed. There is a product I can put in here to keep bugs from getting into it, but it's poison. Now, I don't want to give my animals that because I'm eating the eggs and I might be feeding them to you. So let's back on out here and we'll run over and take care of the chickens. Got a little sad, something other going on. We're going to be taking Buddy's dog food barrel over to the chickens as well, because Buddy passed away. So they say all dogs go to heaven, right? Well, little Buddy left me 4 days ago now. It's been 4 days. This video is probably a couple weeks after the fact, but Buddy left me about 4 days ago. He was a good dog. He got down in his hips, and I had to have him put to sleep, and I buried him up on that ridge back there so he could overlook the farm. Sad to lose a dog, a member of the family. You know, Buddy's been with me here on the Stoney Ridge Farm ever since the very beginning. The first week I moved up here, I got Buddy. It's pretty sad. You know, I used to crying about it. I was upset. It hurt my feelings a lot. Big guy, big feelings, right? We're gonna head on over here. The chickens are right across the ridge right there. We're gonna go ahead and toss a few buckets of water in here. You guys love to give me flack about these buckets of water spilling out as we drive, but I don't really care. It's not that much water. We're going to go over there and check on them every day anyway. Oh, so get this stuff out of here. I'm going to show you this here in just a minute. Give you a little idea. This is a water valve that I just had to replace. Chickens are probably pretty close to running out of water over here. Oh. That's gonna splash me. So we got two groups of chickens on the farm. One group of chickens is right here by the garden, and they are going through and eating all the old veggies right now. I've got them out. And they are my major egg layers here on the farm. So they're pecking through all the old garden veggies. They're all right in here. And digging in my mulch, just having fun and being chickens. Let's zip on over here to the other side of the farm and check on the other birds. By the way, it is a gorgeous fall day here. I guess it's fall. I think it's fall. It's a gorgeous day, guys. Hit that like button if you like this kind of stuff. We're just taking you around showing you the daily things that we're doing. Cows are over here in this pasture about 2 weeks ago, and they'll be back over here in another week. Not a lot of grass. I've still got to get in and mow this pasture, and I got to spread grass seed on this pasture. I've got 2 more pastures to spread grass seed on with the broadcast seed spreader. Yeah, this is not good grass. It's a lot of broom sedge in there, but underneath, you see the green. That's our fescue, and that's what we want. That's why we're overseeding and dragging. Yep, I can see my chickies are out of water over here. Birdie birds! Gosh, it's pretty quiet over here. That's not a good sign. I don't like quiet. I did forget to bring the feed barrel over. Doggone it. Shame on me. We'll go ahead and toss this feed over into here, and we'll get our water is filled up. The chickens are all kind of, well, reason they're not out of the coop is because the coop's not opening the door. Guys, I hope they're okay. Hey kids. Gosh, I don't know why the door didn't open today. Come on out, birdies. They're gonna be mad at me. Bad daddy. Oh, look out. All right. Hey, birdies. The chickens prefer the corn over anything else. I'll load this thing down with corn. They can eat the whole kernel corn, no problem. Hey, dude. Hey, birdie. Wait till I show you what that bag looks like inside. I'm gonna say it's 50% lighter than one that's been invaded by the bugs. You can see this dust coming off. That's dust from those bugs. See all that dust? I'll give the chickens a little sling too. Give them a little corn, spread it out a little bit. I do need to bring that other barrel back over here. All of this grain comes from another regenerative farm right over the hill, which is pretty awesome. The guy's name is Lane. He does a great job. I buy some of my hay from him too. Does a great job. I will try to remember to post a link at the end of this video for you. Check out Lane's operation. It's really cool. Sometimes I just like to come over here and just watch the chickens peck the ground. I mean, that's pretty nice, pretty therapeutic, isn't it? Just doing their thing. Ever since I was a fairly young boy, I'd always been fascinated by birds. I don't know why, but they always just fascinated me. My grandfather has a parrot, or had a parrot. It's still alive. He passed away almost 20 years ago, and the parrot's still with us. I'm checking in here to see if we've got any eggs. These hens have not really been the most prolific layers at all. They are the American Breese chicken, but they do lay, and they lay a delicious egg. It's a brown egg. I think if I have to do it again, I'm gonna go with the old standby, which is the white leghorn. Yeah, I got nothing in there. I mean, about every 2 or 3 days I'll check these egg boxes, and I'm going to tell you, when it comes to egg production, the American Breast will lay eggs. The weather's gotten a little cold, and that cuts the egg laying out quite a bit. When it comes down to it, the white leghorn will outlay the American Breast chicken probably 2 to 1, 3 to 1, something like that. So a better chicken if you're going just for eggs. Let me check this. This is not open, and typically it's supposed to be open. This is called a Chick Cozy automatic chicken coop door. Placed with a controller in most direct sunlight. Okay, first use, manual on, edit or save. So let's go, let's check what we got going on. Mode, light, open at, close at. Should be good. There's a little eye right there that senses the light, and this is a solar panel that charges everything up. So it will close at night to protect the chickens. They'll all go back in the coop in the nighttime, and it should open in the morning. I'll have to double check it in the morning. Typically it opens up about 8:30, 9 a.m., something like that. It is kind of shaded. Might need to adjust the coop over to the other side here. It's kind of shaded right there, so maybe that's why. Let's run up and check on the cows. I'll show you guys what was wrong with the water valve over there by the cows. Bye-bye, chickens. Bye-bye. Farm trash. I'm all about reuse, recycle, and use as much stuff as I possibly can, but I'm also all about not having junk laying all over the place. You guys see those farms, that guy that can't get rid of anything, and I've been that guy. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better. God and tell. Let's farm talk for a minute. Look over here, you'll see our hay bales stacked up out here. The hay bales are all in a row, and the reason I set them in a row like that is because I use what's called the Greg Judy bale unroller to unroll my hay out on the land, okay? This pasture up here, you can tell it's a lot greener looking than this pasture right here. What I've learned is mowing in and dragging behind the cows really, really works. I did not mow in behind the cows on this pasture, and it's not getting as much sunlight down to the good cool season grasses that it needs to get. So I've got to take up the fence line from the water tank all the way down to that gate down there, and I've got to make sure that my hay bales are fenced in or the cows will get them. When I put the cows in here, just the amount of grass that's in here right now should sustain the cows for approximately 4 days, 4 or 5 days. They're gonna eat it way on down, way down. We wanna be careful and not let them overgraze it too far, because if they do, it takes away that solar panel, basically the green blade of grass, that solar panel that helps the grass to recover quickly. So we want to mow it at about 6 to 8 inches high, knock the tops out of the weeds, and stimulate grass growth. So what I'm going to do is I'll come in, I will take down the fences, I will drag and seed these pastures, and then I'll mow right on top of it, which will let that debris fall down, help retain moisture, help keep those little seedlings that are sprouting from getting bit by the frost, and we'll have better winter pastures, and that's what it's all about. If you haven't seen the winter pasture video, again, I will post a link to it at the end of this. I've done a couple now, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to affect our hay bale intake for the year. If I can plant something that'll grow green all winter long, I could probably cut my hay bale bill in half, which will save us, I don't know, the cost of 2 cows at the sale barn every year. It's really difficult to eke out a profit and not work yourself to death. So in other words, I can't spend all weekend at the farmer's market to make 18 bucks. I just can't do it. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not a good valuable use of my time. There are better things, smarter things that we could be doing here on the farm to earn a living. The side-by-side we're gonna go grab in just a minute after we check on the cows and probably reel in some fences. The side-by-side we're gonna take grass seed and we're going to drop it off in this big pasture over here, and that's the worst pasture on the farm, and we will feed 100 hay bales on that pasture this winter. That's going to be awesome. We're gonna feed, 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 feed. So wherever the land needs help, that's where I concentrate. And I found out that if I concentrate heavily in one smaller area, it does better, recovers better, and it does better in the springtime in subsequent years. If I just spread it out, it doesn't do as good as if I intensively roll out hay. So I will intensively roll hay out on this section of pasture this year. All of those hay bales you see right there, which is 30, I believe, will all be unrolled in this 3-acre section. That's a lot of biomass and good butt fertilizer that comes out of the back end of those cows. That will make our grass go nuts. Each hay bale is full of grass seed as well. So we're probably pulling out 12 to 15 pounds of grass seed from each one of these hay bales, ish, something like that. It'd be neat to figure that formula out, but it just depends on when the hay is cut. Let's run on over here, check on the cows, and I'll show you guys the valve that messed up. First, we're gonna go over here. This is my neighbor's field right here. It's probably 5 acres and I take care of it for her. I'm just taking a look at the field, and I came over here the other day to start the sawmill and could not get it to start. The fuel had been turned off for quite some time, and there's a yellow jacket nest somewhere over here. So I'm going to try, we'll park it right here. And I need to locate that yellow jacket nest because it's over here somewhere. And we need to see if we can get the, not ATV, if we can get the sawmill to start. What happens with this sawmill, if you guys haven't seen me running it in a while, because it's been parked over here by the log pile, got a nice big pile of logs over here. Bugs got in the logs and have ruined the logs, and there were so many ticks. So I picked up the alpha gal. I don't know if you guys know about that, but I picked up alpha gal, which is a tick-borne illness. It prevents me from being able to eat my own beef off the farm. And when I came over here in the summertime to mow and get this area ready so I could run the sawmill, and I put it right here because it's nice and shady. Got a nice big maple tree shading this thing. It was just covered in ticks, just absolutely covered up in ticks. So that's why it's been sitting over here and I haven't messed with it, because I mean, I'm talking about 100 ticks on my legs whenever I would come over here, just walking right through there. So can't have that. Let's see if this thing is gonna fire up. Fingers crossed. I do not hear the electronic fuel pump kicking in. Ooh, might start though. Oh, cool. Now the battery's half dead. So there's a fuel pump in here that I'm just not hearing engage. Sawmill's been disappointing here lately. Actually considering selling it. I enjoy making lumber. I enjoy harvesting the trees right off the farm, and I want to build a log cabin right off the farm. That's what I want to do. I want to build it right off over here, right off the farm, from the trees that I milled, from the trees that I cut. But it may be better to just hire a guy with a sawmill to come out here. This is a $50,000 boat anchor right now. You guys just heard it not starting. I don't, it's just quite disappointing, and I don't want to leave it over here and neglect it. It costs too much to sit over here and just collect dust. So I'm considering letting it go. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. I love, in the wintertime, that's my thing, man. Get out here and run the sawmill. That's my thing. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I'm looking for my bee's nest right now for my yellow jackets, and I'm not seeing any. So maybe we're in the clear. Let me just walk over here and double check this. This is my cover, and I need to put it on before it rains again. And I'm gonna have to bring a battery charger over here and charge that battery up. So we got work to do. You'll see that in a future video. Sawmill rescue, right? Let's go now and check on the cows. Contact. overseeded this field right in here yesterday. Open the gate. Feed barrel I need to take over to the chickens. It's got a little bit of dog food in it, and believe it or not, the chickens will chow down on that dog food. They love dog food. Chickens will eat anything. Up here to the cows and they're laying down. That's a good sign. All right, so when my cows are laying down like this, awesome. That means they're fat, they're happy, and they've got plenty of grass. We actually won't need to move the fence, but I do see a problem here. This is a little loose, and it's on the ground. It should not be, so something's pulled loose up there. I gotta run and check on that. They look pretty good, pretty content, pretty happy. I'm happy if they're happy. Let's grab that water valve and I'll show you guys what I have going on in the water valve department. So this is a Job mega flow valve. This thing will pump out, I think, up to 40 gallons a minute. I don't know, I'll try to remember some specs. I think it's 40 gallons a minute. For some reason, this valve failed. I don't know why, but typically this float right here, you see my goldfish in my water tank here. Typically this float right here will stop the water, but I came out here and the water was overflowing, and something had gone wrong with this valve. The neat thing about this is it has a quick connect. So all I did was grab it, twist it, pop it off, jab on a new one, turn it, bam, and it's on. And all I had to do was set my float, which is right there. Pretty simple stuff. Right, kids? Cows seem pretty content. I'm not gonna move them. I was gonna open up right here, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think we're just gonna, I could service this, take it apart, service it, but yeah, I may do it. I may just take it apart just because I'm curious. With all this infinite amount of time that I have on my hands, right? Yeah, it'll be good. I can keep it as a spare or a backup. Clean it up real good. Let's drive this fence line, see what the heck's going on. Something's not right. Cows might have gotten to the fence. And before I do that, let me de-energize it real quick too. Here's what I do. Just take that, hook it up right there, good to go. See what's going on. Tammy already wants to get into some trouble. Tammy's a troubled girl. All right, let's ride that fence line. Everything looks good here. Wire is on the ground right there. I should not be able to drive over that. Ah, I see what's happening. I see it. Okay, here's what's happened. Oh, hey, Stoney Ridge. A Stoney Ridge Frisbee. Here's what's happened. This little section of fencing is pulled off. Oh, there we go. This is all temporary fencing. It comes up and down all the time. We'll just hook right back on. Right there. Maybe Tammy got hung up in it or something, but we want the line to go that way and the line to go that way. We are good to go. I'll go back and hook that over and we'll go get the side-by-side, and I'll show you guys that other field that we're getting ready to prepare to seed. I will seed that first thing in the morning before the wind kicks up. I got a little going on there, tangled up. And I got a female cow way off over there, away from everybody. You know, that means Josh needs to take a walk. Farmer Josh needs to take a walk, check on that cow. So let me run over there and check on that cow. Hey kids. Good morning, kids. This is Jumper. Jumper will jump the 4-foot perimeter fence, but won't hardly ever jump the poly wire. It's pretty weird. Tickle, tickle. Hey kids. Let's see what we got going on here with this big mama. She looks really big. So we got some preggers, big time pregnant cows here. This is Cindy, and Cindy has got a baby on board right there. Food, baby. You guys have plenty of grass, which is awesome. This is Donnie the bull. Donnie's fat and happy too. So here's how we know food and baby. So we look at Donnie, his belly is full on this side, baby would be on that side. Right, big boy, give me the stank eye. He always gives me this dirty look. Who are you? And are you not feeling well? 13.5. Let's check her udders. Yes, her udders are swollen. Her lady parts back there are a little swollen. I don't think you're ready to have a baby. You all right, girl? You okay? Found a Stoney Ridge. Might start selling these on them. I think she's fine. I don't know what's going on there. The reason Tammy's out here in the pasture, Tammy's the donkey. She is a guard donkey. We like to send those rocks to Stoney Ridge Rock Heaven. Tammy's a guard donkey, and Tammy looks after the babies. So if a coyote gets after the babies, Tammy will be the one to kick the coyote's butt. And if you don't know it, a donkey will kick a coyote's butt. Now, that is Mona, and this is Butthead, right here. Good girl. You all right, girl? Yeah. A few flies, not too bad. This is Susie. Hey, Susie girl. Good girl. Susie likes to be rubbed right there. Right there. Good girl. It's been a while. Yeah. Blackjack. 201 was the first cow born in 2020. 211 was the 11th. Number 5 is Freedom. That's her name. Pretty fun. This is Butthead Jr., Butthead's daughter. And this is Jumper. All right. And this is Cindy, right here. All these cows are healthy, happy, and they follow me like kittens. It's kind of fun. Good stuff. They need to eat this down just a little bit more, just a hair more. We're gonna leave them in here overnight before we bump them to another section of pasture. And we're only gonna give them just a sliver. This little green sliver right here, you can see the big difference. Green sliver, a little bit brown. They're just gonna take the tops out. They'll have that for another 24 hours, and then we'll get moving on to the other ridge that we're getting ready to drive the side-by-side down. So let's grab the grass seed and go drop it in the pasture for tomorrow morning's work. Good job, girls. Good job. A lot of people would say men can't multitask. If you got a farm, you got to be able to multitask. You got to be the plumber, the electrician, the carpenter, the grass seeder, the greenskeeper, whatever you want to call it. So tomorrow, while I'm seeding that pasture over there, I will also be charging the battery on the sawmill. I'm gonna have my neighbor come out here and help me out with that real quick. This is the solar well setup from Lawrence Solar. All the water pumped to the cows is via that solar well setup. Sometime in the next month, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna trench from all 3 wells and connect every one of these wells. And that way, if I have a problem with the solar well, I'm covered. If I have a problem with the house well, I'm covered. If I have a problem with the well here for the shop, I'm covered. I want to connect them all, and that way, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to survive only using the solar well, and I can save myself some money on power. While I'm thinking about it, I gotta unload this generator right here. I'm gonna grab a skid loader and unload this here generator. This is a North Star generator that I've gotta have in case of power outages here this winter. Gotta get your generators ready. Swing in a Northern Tool and get your generator tuned up, guys. Make sure you're ready for winter. Could be a rough one this year. They say, according to the hickory nuts and all the nut producing trees, they are loaded down this year. When they're loaded down, a bumper crop of nuts a lot of times means that we're gonna have a really rough winter. I don't know, we'll see. Time will tell. Oh, no, no. Let this thing run for a minute. Y'all take a minute and think about how many tires and batteries you've seen so far. So much to maintain here, guys. ADD kicking in, full swing. While I've got the pallet forks and the skid steer here, I need to go ahead and get up these stones that we just did all the stone work with. So I need to get those up and get them in the shop so they stop getting weathered. We got the outdoor kitchen being built hopefully sometime in December. So stay tuned for a future video with that. This is the outdoor kitchen right here beside us. That is going to be a thing of beauty right there, guys. Beauty. And this is the stone, and there's another pallet over there I gotta get. It's the evil laugh. Let's have some fun real quick, man. So this pallet won't fit and neither will these doors, but if I do a little karate with the pallet forks, I think I can get them to fit. I mean, why not have a little bit of fun today? All work and no play, come on. Another pro tip. You see this stuff laying right here? It's laying here for a reason. The reason this stuff is laying right here is every time somebody comes up here for a delivery or just comes up to the shop or comes up to visit or comes up to do anything or drop something off, they always back or pull right onto that corner and stop right here on this corner. The most likely place, and the reason that's why this stuff is sitting here, I'm gonna put a cone right here permanently. The most likely place for your concrete to break is on a corner, like that corner, or the far corner over there. If you're pouring your concrete, be sure you reinforce this area, okay? So do kind of a little footing, and that's what we did all the way along the edge. So when you ran up on the concrete here, you don't break off the corner. The corner will break, guys. Pay attention now. When you go to somebody's place or their driveway and you see they've got a corner like that, it's almost always broken or chipped. It makes a difference. And trying to keep people off of it is the biggest challenge. If you had a whole 10 acres of gravel out here, why would you put one tire on that corner? And that's what everybody does. I don't know what it is, if it's like human nature or what. I guess it's like where the cows like to eat under the fence. People like to pull up and park on that corner. I don't know why. It's pretty funny. As we get older, we realize why Grandpa and Dad were so particular. It's because they know that kind of stuff right there. They know. They know it's gonna cost them. It's gonna cost them time and money. All right, this is a fun little track. Gonna go in the upper gate right here. Hopefully we can fit. Yep, we can fit. Fingers crossed I don't lose any of these bags of grass seed as we drive over, but I don't think we will. I'm far from being done mowing this season. I gotta mow all that right there too. And this. Okay, so this is a fence line. So this is a section the cows will be on. That is a section the cows will be on. There's 4 different sections in this fence area. I'm driving as gentle as possible, watching my rear view mirror here. I don't want to stop and pick up a bag of grass seed. Let me tell you how you know you made a farmer mad. When he stops and he gets off of his tractor. If he turns his tractor off, you've made him mad. It's something serious. This is the catfish pond. That's some of the cleanest, best water on the entire farm right there, guys. It's all spring fed. There are salamanders floating around in there. It's really cool. A little tight squeeze through here. This area here is almost 11 acres, 11 to 12. The entire area is about 24, 25 acres. When I bought this property, this looked like that. This was all wooded. Oh, there's I already got fence post over here ready to rock and roll. Nice, smart guy. I hope. Let's get some high quality H2O. All right, I know for a fact, beyond the shadow of any doubt, I cannot get that 25-foot drag harrow in between these two trees. So right here's where I'm gonna drop some of my bags off. Now, I know I've got 11 acres. I can hold enough in my seed hopper, and I'm putting down 2 to 3 bags to the acre, okay? So I can put enough in my seed hopper to do the bottom half. So what I'm gonna do is I'll do the bottom half, and then I'll start making one big circle right here. The bottom half right here is gonna need grass seed. I'm gonna have to drop some grass seed down there. But I'm gonna have to do a little counting. I'll do a little figuring while I'm unloading. If it's 3 bags to the acre and it's 11 acres, that's 33 bags. I don't have 33 bags. So I'm gonna unload as many as I can. I ain't got enough grass seed, but I ain't gonna spend no more money. This is expensive. This is almost $3,000 worth of grass seed. So I got 11 bales down there. I've got 5 bags that will fit in the back of the seed hopper, and I'm gonna drop 2 or 3 bags down here at the bottom. Wish I had more grass seed. It's expensive, guys. Really expensive to put grass seed down on your farm. Really expensive. The expense of the grass seed is why we really heavily rely on spring cut hay to seed our pastures. And you can see right here, perfect example. You see this green spot right here? That's where a hay bale was rolled out. Hay bales have been rolled out all over top of this, all over top of this, all winter long last year and all winter long this year. Really, really gonna beat this soil up and feed it with that cow manure. There's some hay left over from June. Whenever I go on vacation, a lot of times this is the place where I put them. And I'll just roll out hay bales or set out hay bales for them. A little creek crossing here. And we're gonna be seeding this field right here also. So we're gonna seed this and all of that up there. I'm gonna save my back by putting these bags up on the top of this hay bale. Here we go. So these will sit here overnight. We're not supposed to get any kind of bad weather or anything like that. These hay bales are set out to roll down that way and to roll up that hillside right here. And I just cleared this entire hillside this past June. That's wild grasses that took over right there. We do not want that type of grass. So this is kind of a crabgrass that the cows do not like. They just don't want it. They don't like it. They don't like the taste of it. It must not be very good in nutrition. They just don't like it. What we do want is this right here. Good, high quality fescue grass. And that's what's in those seed bags, along with some other stuff. Be sure you guys stick around to the end. There'll be a link to the video of overseeding the pastures, and you guys will get to learn exactly what seed mix I'm using to overseed my pastures. It's important to try this. This is something new that I'm trying. Some of it's annual, like annual ryegrass that will grow up in the wintertime and then it will die off, but it will help the cows to establish some green forage. Some of it is clover and some of it is fescue, which will come back in the spring. So the goal is for this to be a nice green blanket next time it rains, and it should grow pretty quick. Guys, stay tuned. Wintertime is upon us. Very soon we're going to be rolling out these hay bales to the cows. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Just knocking chores out, getting things done here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Gorgeous day. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Woo! Come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Y'all come back now. You hear?